A 72-year-old man once walked into my office and told me something that caught my attention right away. He said, "Doc, I thought my intimate life was behind me until I changed just 4 vegetables in my meals." He hadn't started any new pills. He wasn't doing anything extreme. But his energy, his confidence, and most importantly, his circulation had completely turned around. I'm Dr. Andrew, a specialist in men's health with over 3 decades of experience helping older men rebuild vitality and reconnect with themselves, all without dangerous medications. And today, I want to show you something that might already be sitting in your fridge or pantry, because the answer to stronger intimacy after 60 might not be a prescription. It might be a few vegetables you haven't been eating often enough. In this video, I'll walk you through 4 specific vegetables that naturally support blood flow, clear out clogged vessels, especially the ones tied to performance and desire, and gently reignite the spark many men thought they'd lost. Stick around, because the last one I'll reveal is an old-world vegetable that works so quickly. It often surprises even other doctors. Before we go further, make sure you subscribe and tap the bell icon. That way, you never miss a tip that can improve your circulation, your health, and your connection after 60. If you're already finding value in what I'm sharing, type 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me. If not, type 0. I want to hear how I can better support your journey. Now, knowing that the secret to better connection might be hiding in your kitchen, let's explore the 4 vegetables quietly helping older men rebuild their health, one meal at a time. Let's start with the first one, beets. Nature's blood flow booster. When I first told my patients about beets, a few of them laughed. "Beets? Doc? Really?" But weeks later, those same men came back with a different look in their eyes. They spoke with more energy. Some even said things like, "I feel alive again," or "My wife and I are closer now." That's when I knew this wasn't just another vegetable. This was something special. Beets are full of natural compounds called nitrates. When you eat them, your body turns those nitrates into nitric oxide, a powerful molecule that relaxes your blood vessels and helps blood flow more freely. And that includes the areas that are essential for feeling like yourself again. As we age, our nitric oxide levels drop. That's part of why older adults often feel cold in the hands and feet, or struggle with energy and intimacy. But beets can gently reverse that decline. Some research has shown that even a single serving of beet juice can improve circulation in just a few hours. In one clinical study, older adults who drank beet juice daily experienced better stamina and lower blood pressure. But this isn't just about numbers. When blood flows freely, you don't just move better, you feel more connected, more alert, more alive. That's the true foundation of intimacy, showing up not just with your body, but with your heart and your presence. Beets are also packed with antioxidants like betalains and vitamin C, which protect the lining of your arteries from wear and tear. They support your heart, your memory, even your hormone health. Many of my patients have told me that just a few weeks of eating roasted beets or blending them into smoothies help them feel warmth in their body and in their relationships. Here's something I do myself. Slice up some beets, drizzle them with olive oil and lemon, and enjoy them in a salad. That simple combo can help your body absorb the nutrients and increase the nitric oxide effect even more. And we're just beginning. If beets can kickstart your circulation and help you feel more like yourself again, imagine what happens when you combine them with a leafy green that keeps those vessels flexible and your energy steady. Let's talk about the second vegetable, one that quietly helps men feel grounded, focused, and strong again. If you're still following along and feeling encouraged, type 1 in the comments so I know you're still with me. Let's keep going. The second vegetable is spinach, the quiet champion of blood flow. I'll never forget a man in his late 60s who came to see me. He wasn't feeling distant emotionally from his partner, but physically, something had shifted. His energy had dipped. Intimacy felt like effort. He wasn't ready to rely on medication, so I made one simple suggestion: add spinach to your meals every day. He looked unsure, but agreed. A few weeks later, he walked into my clinic, smiling. "Doc," he said, "I think something's flowing again." Spinach might not sound exciting, but for older men, it's one of the most effective vegetables for circulation. Like beets, it contains natural nitrates that turn into nitric oxide in the body, helping your blood vessels open and allow smoother flow. That means better oxygen delivery, not just to your heart and brain, but also to the areas tied to confidence and connection. But spinach goes further. It's packed with magnesium and potassium, two minerals that help your blood pressure stay balanced and your muscles relax. That's especially important after 60, when vessels can start to stiffen. Magnesium helps them stay soft and open. The result? Better circulation, reduced tension, and a healthier foundation for physical closeness. Spinach also plays a role in hormone balance. Magnesium quietly supports testosterone levels, and antioxidants like lutein and vitamin C keep your vessels from aging too quickly. That means lower inflammation, steadier stamina, and better performance across the board. I usually tell patients to mix spinach into their scrambled eggs, smoothies, or salads. Even raw, with a touch of olive oil and lemon, it can work wonders. It's a small shift, but over time, the impact builds. Stronger circulation, warmer limbs, and a deeper sense of well-being. And the best part? Spinach works even better when paired with the next ingredient. Because this next food doesn't just support flow, it helps cleanse the inside of your blood vessels. It's bold, it's ancient, and it might surprise you. Let's move to number 3, garlic. Nature's blood purifier. Most people think of garlic as something to toss into dinner for taste. But this humble bulb holds a quiet power. I once worked with a 71-year-old man who had started avoiding intimacy, not because he didn't care, but because he felt embarrassed. His energy was low, his blood wasn't circulating well, and nothing seemed to help. We didn't start with a prescription. We started with garlic. I told him to crush a fresh clove or two each day, let it sit for a minute to activate its compounds, and use it in his cooking. He wasn't sure, but he gave it a try. A few weeks after he made that simple change, he returned with a soft smile and said, "Doc, I didn't expect this, but something shifted. I feel warmer, stronger, like myself again." What helped him wasn't a new medication. It was something released the moment garlic is crushed. A natural compound called allicin. When fresh garlic is chopped or pressed, allicin comes alive. And that's what helps relax blood vessels, ease stiffness in the arteries, and gently support healthy blood pressure. But for men over 60, it does something even more important. It improves blood flow to every part of the body, especially the parts that matter most for closeness, confidence, and connection. When your circulation flows without obstruction, it's not just your body that performs better. It's your sense of presence. You feel more grounded, more in touch with yourself, and more open to sharing that connection with the one beside you. Garlic is also a quiet fighter against inflammation, one of the biggest invisible threats to good blood flow. By lowering this hidden inflammation, garlic helps restore circulation, not just to your heart and brain, but to where touch and pleasure truly begin. What I appreciate most about garlic is how steady and dependable it is. There's no shock to the system, no harsh reactions, just slow, steady healing. You can roast it whole, blend it into a salad dressing, or lightly cook it with spinach. Whatever form you choose, garlic becomes more than a seasoning. It becomes a healing tool in your own kitchen. Now, if you're thinking all of this sounds a little too simple, just wait. Because the next vegetable doesn't just help your blood move, it may actually help reignite desire itself. It's crisp, it's ancient, and in many cultures it was once considered a symbol of masculine strength. Here, and these insights are speaking to you. Let me know by typing 1 in the comments. Let's move into the fourth and final vegetable that's quietly helping older men restore not just circulation, but connection. Number 4. Celery, the quiet champion of blood flow. Celery probably isn't the first thing that comes to mind when you think of restoring vitality and intimacy. But let me share a story. A 66-year-old man named Richard came to me feeling like something had shifted. He told me, "The spark is still there, but my body isn't keeping up." He was healthy, not overweight, but just felt off. I asked him to try one simple change. Eat 2 stalks of celery every morning. He laughed, but he gave it a shot. 3 weeks later, he came back feeling lighter. And not just physically. His energy had lifted. His blood pressure dipped a little, but more importantly, the warmth returned in his body, in his relationship. Celery is often overlooked, but it contains powerful compounds called phthalides. These help relax the muscles around your arteries, making it easier for blood to flow freely. That's critical for men over 60, especially those with slower circulation or stiff vessels. When blood can move easily throughout the body, especially to the places tied to intimacy, connection no longer feels like a struggle. It feels natural again, but that's not all celery does. It's loaded with water and essential minerals like potassium and magnesium, both of which are key to heart health, proper nerve function, and strong circulation. It also acts as a natural cleanser, helping your body shed excess salt and reduce pressure that may be blocking your best performance. Another reason I often recommend celery is because of a plant compound called apigenin. Apigenin helps support testosterone production and eases inflammation. 2 issues that can quietly drain a man's desire and drive over time. And because celery is light, low in calories, and easy to work into any routine, it's a simple but powerful step toward restoring connection. Juice it, snack on it with nut butter, add it to soups or stews. It's not flashy, but it works. I've seen men again and again who thought their spark was gone, only to find out it just needed the right fuel. And celery often plays a quiet but vital part in that shift. Now, before we wrap up, let's step back for a moment. Because as powerful as these 4 vegetables are, there's a bigger truth behind them. It's not just about what they do, it's about what they mean. Let's talk about food as something more than fuel. Let's talk about food as intimacy medicine. Over the years, I've spoken with thousands of men. Some come in feeling frustrated, others resigned, some just looking for hope. And what I've learned is this: the conversation around intimacy after 60 is far too quiet. Too many men believe that when the energy fades, or when connection becomes harder, the only options left are pills or silence. But that isn't true. And I say that not just as a doctor, but as someone who's been listening closely for decades. Because when food is chosen with care, it becomes more than nutrition. It becomes medicine. Not the kind that sits in a cabinet, but the kind that flows through your blood, fuels your confidence, and brings you back to a version of yourself you thought was gone. Each vegetable we discussed today doesn't just help numbers on a chart. They open pathways where blood hasn't flowed in years. They bring warmth to your fingertips, strength to your step, and closeness to the quietest parts of your relationship. They rebuild the physical foundation of touch, so you no longer have to question if your body will respond when the moment calls, because your body still remembers how to connect. It just needs a little help, and that help doesn't always come from a prescription pad. It can come from your plate. Many of my patients have told me they felt something shift, not from a breakthrough drug, but from choosing spinach, beets, or garlic more often. It wasn't a miracle. It was a daily decision to believe in themselves again, to believe that life after 60 could still bring them closer to the ones they love. So the next time you hear, "It's just aging," remember this: aging is real, but decline is not a guarantee. And sometimes the way back starts with something as simple as a vegetable, and the belief that you still deserve to feel alive. Let's talk about what this really means: a better life, one bite at a time. As we reach the end of this journey together, I want to speak from the heart, not from charts, not from lab results, but from years of walking beside men just like you. Men who've felt a little lost. Men who've quietly wondered, is this just how it ends? Men who were ready to feel whole again. Maybe you felt that way too. Maybe you've wondered why the spark is dimmer, or why your body isn't responding the way it used to. Maybe you've told yourself it's just age, but I'm here to tell you, age is just a chapter, not the end. And what you give your body in this season matters more than ever. Today, we've seen that healthy blood flow is the foundation of connection. Without it, energy fades, confidence slips, intimacy grows distant. But we've also seen that your kitchen might hold the answer: beets, that wake up nitric oxide and help blood reach where it's needed most. Spinach, that relaxes vessels and brings calm to your rhythms. Garlic, that clears the path and softens inflammation. And celery, that cools, supports hormones, and brings life back to your touch. These aren't trendy foods. They're tools. Tools that help you come back to life. I've seen it time and time again. Men who thought their best years were over, only to find that with small, steady changes, they felt warmth, strength, and intimacy return. Not because of a miracle, but because they believed they still deserved to feel good. I believe that too. So tonight, when you sit down for a meal, maybe something's different. Maybe you add a few beets. Maybe you toss spinach with garlic. Maybe you drink a fresh celery juice in the morning. Whatever you choose, let it be more than food. Let it be hope, a quiet act of healing. Because when you feel better inside, you show up more fully for yourself, for the people you love, for the moments that matter. You've made it this far. And with a little guidance and a few small choices, I believe your best days still lie ahead. Let this be your beginning. If this message resonated with you, do one thing today. Add just one of these vegetables to your next meal and feel the change for yourself. If you found this helpful, go ahead and subscribe, turn on the bell, and share this with someone who might need it. Let's keep this conversation going. Type "I'm ready" in the comments if you're taking that first step toward stronger circulation, deeper connection, and a more vibrant life after 60.